The book of Psalms, chapter 124, verse 1, a song of degrees of David. If it had not been the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, who was on our side, when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us up quick, when their wrath was kindled against us. Then the waters had overwhelmed us. The stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, who hath not given us as a prey to their teeth. Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken, and we are escaped. Our help is in the name of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, who made heaven and earth. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Racha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And Shalom to 144,000. It's the brother Amawan Padah from the GMS Denver camp, doing a quick lunch break lesson. And I went through the book of Psalms the book of Psalms chapter 124. Now, it's a fairly short chapter, but it's very powerful. And it's speaking on when Esau, Edom, all right, because that, applies to these last days. He's in the rulership position, all right, in these last days. And he's planning to come up against who? The main target being the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, all right? And he set his sights on the tribes in these last days as prophesied, all right? Now, it starts off saying, if it had not been the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, who was on our side, then we would have got swallowed up by these damn devils. All right. Their blessing is the sword. They have military might. They have all these different federal task forces and whatnot. All right. Their blessing is the sword. You see, and really they are the sword the Lord created to punish us. And in these last days, the Lord is going to unleash Esau, Edom, upon the world, man. But our focus is about you tribes, man, you Israelites. That's our focus. And we're really speaking to the elect. All right. Those of you that fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and want to get right with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Those who are predestinated for salvation. Understand what's at hand. We're in the last days. We're in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble, the worst time this earth has ever seen. A time in which Esau's going to come down with great wrath. The so-called white race, the Edomites, are arch enemies. All right. All because of the birthright that was supplanted from them, which is really given to us from the beginning. All right. When you really get deep into it. But the thing is that they're losing their kingdom and they're finna come after you Israelites, man, with the sword. Mass death is coming. All right. And if it wasn't for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we would lose, man. But we do understand through the scriptures right here that the Lord is not going to give us as a prey to their teeth. Right here, as it tells you in verse 6. All right. It's talking about the elect, the 2/3 of our people who are wicked, who refuse to come under the banner and protection of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, who refuse to be obedient unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They're not going to be protected. They're not going to escape what's coming. Okay. I don't play a video clip for you in just a second, but Esau is, showing his teeth in these last days. He's getting ready to bite down, man. But us, we're going to escape the snare of the fowler. The fowler is synonymous to Esau. A fowler is someone who catches birds. And Esau is known as the cunning hunter in the scriptures. All right. Our help is going to come from Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Now, without further ado, I want to play a quick video clip. Now, as you know, Donald Trump has deployed different task forces and, the National Guard and, military groups to certain cities and cities that predominantly have an Israelite population. Okay, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, showing you that they know who we are. They're not sending these guards these National Guards and soldiers to affluent Edomite areas. You know what I'm saying? So they're really coming down with great wrath. We're in the beginning stages of it. All right. And this is a video right here from Forbes News, or Forbes Breaking News. And this is a speech by Stephen Miller, okay, who was of the cabinet or the department of how should I say this? What is his title? I can't remember his title. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick before we start. But he's making threats, all right, to you Israelites. Let's get that real quick and we'll come back to the video. So here it is right here, Wikipedia, all right. It says Stephen Miller, American political advisor and Trump administration, all right. It says Stephen N. Miller is an American political advisor who has served as the White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy and the United States Homeland Security Advisor since 2025. All right. Miller served as a senior advisor to the president and the White House Director of Speechwriting from 2017 to 2021. All right. So that's who this bald-headed faggot is right here that you see in the picture. Now, let's go ahead and play the video clip. And it's the same guy who gave that fiery white supremacist Charlie Kirk speech, all right, at his memorial. But let's go ahead and play this real quick.
Thank you, Pete, Gaddy, Pam, and of course, your governor, for not only being here today, but for the invitation to your state to bring the government, making never possibly imagined. To the Memphis Police Department, the officers that I see sitting in front of me, we are about to provide you with a level of support you cannot even imagine. This isn't just a task force. This is a all-of-government unlimited support operation. ATF, DEA, FBI, ICE, Department of War, every resource we have. And they're not going to be sitting behind a desk at a keyboard. We are sending in real cops with guns and badges you never possibly imagined.
I'm not sure what's going on with Forbes, but they have a glitch in their video. So that's what that was that you saw right there. For some reason, their video was messed up, but continue to listen. All right, listen to this dude right here, man. This devil. All right, look at these devils, man. Their pride, because they're really talking about coming up against you Israelites. Listen to what they're saying. All right.
Memphis Police Department, the officers that I see sitting in front of me, we are about to provide you with a level of support you cannot even imagine.
So you hear what he said? He said, we're about to provide, the Memphis police with a level of support that they cannot even imagine. All right, they're putting a whole bunch of money and resources into doing what? Coming after you Jakes, you Israelites, man, because they know that we're the Israelites, all right? And they have a short time left in their rulership, so they're going to go all out. They're going to try to apprehend and put as many of us to death as possible. We know what's going on. We see the play, and they're coming in the name of safety, trying to make the city safe again. All right. If you really want to make America safe again, all you Edomites should just kill yourselves. But we know you're not going to do that. It's going to take the Lord Yahweh Shemiah Shah to do that. He's going to make sure that you're eradicated, as it tells you in Obadiah 1 verse 18. But, prophecy must play out. You devils must come down having great wrath, as it tells you in Revelation 12 and verse 12. And we're seeing that play out, man. We know prophecy. We know what you're going to do before you even fucking do it. All right. And we can tell you that you're going to lose because you're not going to be able to get the elect of the nation of Israel. All right. You're going to be able to get these 2/3, these wicked niggas. The Lord's going to allow you to clear them out of the way. All right. Because we need them to go any damn way. You wicked gang banging ass Israelites out there. You selling drugs, being complete degenerates. Homosexuals, all you weirdos are finna get cleared out, man, because the Lord is sending that sword, Esau, Edom, and that sword, Esau, is talking big shit, talking that cash money, all right? Check it out. We're in Jacob's trouble, man.
This isn't just a task force. This is a all-of-government unlimited support operation. ATF, DEA, FBI, ICE, Department of War, every resource we have. And they're not going to be sitting behind a desk at a keyboard. We are sending in real cops with guns and badges to go out with you on the street every single night making arrests. These are people who have taken down drug cartels, kingpins, the worst criminal offenders in the United States, standing with you shoulder to shoulder to shoulder. All we ask from you is to show up at roll call every single night with your brothers and sisters in the federal government and to go out and get the criminals off the street. And if you do that, I pledge to you, we will liberate this city from the criminal element that has plagued it for generations.
All right, now you see that. You hear what he said? He said they're coming to get all the criminals off the streets. All right, to pretty much get rid of the criminal element in Memphis. Okay, now check this out. Esau is the biggest damn hypocrite, and that's been coming out a lot as of lately too. Brothers have been doing videos exposing this damn hypocrisy. But Esau is the biggest criminal on the face of the earth. All right, he stole this entire country and murdered the inhabitants, which are our people, the Israelites, the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Latinos, Native Americans. He stole the so-called Negroes over there from West Africa and, and Israel and whatnot, and brought us over here to be slaves, to build up this nation that they claim that they built up. You know what I'm saying? And they're talking about we're the criminals and whatnot. Yeah, now understand that, there are wicked of our people. And this is why we tell you Israelites to repent and to turn back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, come out of that wicked way of living. All right. Come out of that way of degeneracy, that hood lifestyle, because it's going to lead to your damn death. The Lord ain't with that. All right. The Lord is looking for those who are seeking righteousness, man. All right. You wicked Israelites that want to continue living that wicked lifestyle. Look, man, Esau's coming after you, man. But the fact still remains is that this man is the devil. He set you up. He gave you that culture to make you into those monsters that you are today. He gave you rap culture. He had all kind of secret meetings. We've done videos on it where he sat down the top rappers and, had them come up with certain content to manipulate the minds of the people, to make them more geared towards that criminal element, to make it cool, just so they can put you in their prison industrial complex, man. The school to prison pipeline situation, where they pretty much train you to be a loser. All right. They don't tell you how to, become successful. They don't give you the resources to better yourself. So the only thing left is for Jake to be criminals, man. All right. They put the drugs in the community. Who the fuck brought the drugs over here? The Edomites, man. These devils that are accusing you right now of being the criminals and the problem. They're the problem, man. Let's get a quick precept. So here we have the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 15. This comes to mind right here. It says, woe, that means destruction, unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. All right. And this is talking about how Esau has given our people a degenerate lifestyle, man. He's portrayed us as being degenerates in the media and all the movies that he puts out. He shows us as being wicked. He makes it seem cool by paying all these rappers, these sellout rappers, millions of dollars to push degeneracy to our people, to our children. All right. That's him giving his neighbor drink, making him drunken to look on his nakedness. Because when we're without the covering of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua as a people, we're naked out here in the earth. We have no defense. You see? And that's exactly what they want. They want to keep us in that low, defenseless state, man. Because when we're moving wickedly in the earth, all right, the Lord ain't going to defend us. When you're out here being a thug, a gangster, you're a woman, you being a hoe, a slut, a harlot, an adulteress, drug dealer, drug abuser, idolater, whatever, you're open to be attacked by any and everybody. And Esau knows this. All right. He's the one that gave you that degenerate nigger culture, man. That degenerate Chicano Native American culture. All right. And it was by design. But what does it say? Woe unto him. Meaning he's going to be destroyed. He's not getting away with it, man. He's out here trying to portray himself to be righteous and whatnot. and the one that's going to come through and clean up all the crime. You created that element, motherfucker. And that's why the scriptures call you the accuser of the brethren. It says the accuser of the brethren is going to be cast down. All right. So you're not fooling nobody. You're not fooling the elect, Esau, and you're not fooling Yahweh Shemiel Shai and the angels who seen all that you've done and what you're doing behind closed doors. So come on with it. All right. Just wanted to bring that out real quick. Let's go ahead and play the video.
This is not just a strategy shift. This is an attitude shift. We are not going to live in an environment anywhere where there is a street that belongs to a criminal, where there is a neighborhood that belongs to a gang, where there is any physical space anywhere that belongs to anyone other than the law-abiding citizens and families of Memphis.
Now, you heard what he said right there. He's saying that there should not be any street that belongs to a criminal or any space that belongs to a gang or whatever. What is he really talking about? He's referring to you Israelites and mainly you so-called Negroes, because that's who mainly inhabits Memphis. Okay? This is Esau trying to take his country back, man. He's trying to take his ownership of this country back. He said there's too many niggas out here. There's too many Hispanics. We got to take this bitch back. And it ain't going to work, man. Just letting you know. All right? This place is going to get destroyed by thermonuclear fire in the midst of World War III. But anyway, they're going to try. All right? In the process, they're going to kill a lot of you wicked Israelites, man. All right? Men, women, and children. This is the Lord's wrath really being poured out, because the Lord is in control of all things. All right? You see what I'm saying? Deuteronomy 32 and 39 tells you that the Lord kills and he makes alive. Right? Well, this is the Lord doing this. He's orchestrating these devils to come after you Israelites in these cities. All right? The message of the prophets has been out there telling you to repent, to come back to the Lord for your protection. And the majority of y'all have refused, and you want to continue on in wickedness. Now this devil is accusing you on a national stage, justifying his reasoning to come after you with the sword, lethal force. That's what's coming. That's what's coming. Jacob's trouble, man, because you wicked Israelites are in trouble, and we're gonna go through it too. We're gonna be in the midst of it, but guess what? The Lord gonna protect us. That's why we read Psalms 124. If it had not been for the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shah, who was on our side, hey, we'd be a victim to these bastards right here, man. Okay? So they're trying to take it back, man. This is what they're gonna do. They're gonna try with all their might and all their money and resources to try to eradicate you Israelites, man. Really, they want to come after all of us, but they can't get the elect. Let's go ahead and play a little bit more of this. Check it out. He goes on to say some more things, and then it's actually very scriptural.
The idea that there is a square inch of block in this city where a citizen doesn't feel safe is unacceptable. This is Memphis. This is the United States of America, and all that bullshit is done. It's over. It's finished. The gangbangers that you deal with, they think that they're ruthless. They have no idea how ruthless we are.
You hear what he said? He said the gangbangers, they think that they're ruthless. They have no idea how ruthless we are. So who's he talking about? The gangbangers. He's talking about not white gangbangers. He's talking about who? You so-called Negroes and Latinos, man, Native Americans. They're getting ready to come down. They're getting ready to show you whose blessing the sword is, man. Y'all little guns ain't gonna save you from what Esau's coming with, man. We told you before, and now it's here at the front doors, man. They're over there raiding buildings in Chicago, and that's the beginning of it, man. Snatching up your children, people disappearing. Come on, man. You need the covering of Yahweh Shemiel Shai. But let's go ahead and play a little bit more of this, finish it out.
They think they're tough. They have no idea how tough we are. They think that they're hardcore. We are so much more hardcore than they are. And we have the entire weight of the United States government behind us. What do they have? They have nothing behind them. So
you hear what he said? You hear what he said? He said, we have the whole entire United States government behind us. What do they have? They have nothing. Remember, he just said that. We have the entire United States government behind us. What do you niggas have? You have nothing. That's what he pretty much said. All right, remember that. Keep that in your mind, right? He said we got the military, we got all these guns, we got the government behind us. You niggas and Hispanics and you Native Americans have nothing. And that's true, man, because without Yahweh Shemi Shai, you have nothing. All right?
We are going to win. They are going to lose. We are going to rescue Memphis, and it will not only be safer than ever before, but businesses and investment are going to pour in, and Memphis will be richer than ever before. Because President Trump has decided this is a priority, and when President Trump makes a decision, this team behind me today executes. Thank you.
Hold on, let's run that back. Run it back, and I got a preset for you. Okay.
Because President Trump has decided.
Oop, Salakia. Let's run it back to that last statement I want to highlight.
They think that they're hardcore. We are so much more hardcore than they are. And we have the entire weight of the United States government behind us. What do they have? They have nothing behind them. So we are going to win. They are going to lose. We are going to...
You see, so that's their sentiment, man. That's how all these Edomites feel. You niggas have nothing. We have tanks, we got armored vehicles, we got guns, we got ammunition, we got grenades, we got missiles, we got drones, we got helicopters. What do you have? Nothing. We're gonna win, you're gonna lose. That's the mindset these devils have. That's the Lord putting that mindset on them to bring forth Jacob's trouble. Now, let's get a precept in the Apocrypha that pretty much outlines this sentiment right here. All right. So here we have the book of Judith in the Apocrypha, the 5th chapter, man. It's very, very heavy. Pay attention to this, right? This is a situation in which we had the heathen rising up against us. All right. And one of the heathen, a man named Achior, was consulting with the king, all right, of Assur, all right, or Assyria, and pretty much giving him a report on us. He asked, the king of Assyria, or the heathen king, he asked, so who are these people, these Israelites? Who are these people? And he's giving them a rundown on our history and how the Lord provided protection and deliverance for us in ancient Egypt. So the fame of the Lord has went through the lands, man, at this point. Okay. And let's see here. And he's this man named Achior, who was an Ammonite, was giving a rundown on us, all right, to his king. Okay, so let's see here. So here it is right here. I'll read verse 11. It says, "Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtly with them and brought them low with laboring in brick and made them slaves." So that's what happened to us in ancient Egypt. The same thing happening to us today. All right. Are we not the working class, man? We're slaves to these fucking heathen. All right. And they're bringing us low and making us work just to pay bills, man. All right, barely having our head above water, the majority of us. Now, verse 12, it says, "Then they cried unto their God." All right, the Israelites, we cried unto Yahweh Bashmi Awashai. "And he smote all the land of Egypt with incurable plagues, so the Egyptians cast them out of their sight. And the Most High dried the Red Sea before them, and brought them to Mount Sinai and Kadesh Barnea, and cast forth all that dwelt in the wilderness. So they dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and they destroyed by their strength all them of Esbon, and passing over Jordan, they possessed all the hill country." All right. It's talking about us. "And they cast forth before them the Canaanite, the Pharisite, and the Jebusite, and the Sychemite, and all the Girgashites, and they dwelt in that country many days." Check it out. Here's the point. Here's the point right here. "And whilst they are the Israelites, and whilst they sinned not before their power, they prospered, because the power that hateth iniquity was with them." So while we were in obedience unto the Lord, hey, we couldn't be stopped. All right, but what does it say here? Verse 18. "But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies." That's right. The Lord was not with us. When we're moving in disobedience, the Lord ain't gonna fucking defend us, man. And Esau knows that. These heathen know that. That's why they try to keep us in a disobedient state by giving you gang, thug culture and whatnot, hoe culture. All right. And try to tell you that that's what you're supposed to be. Nah, man. They know that if they keep us in that state and disobedient to our Lord, You know, if they give you modern Christianity, which is idolatry, if they give you Islam and all these other false ass religions, they can pretty much get at us and destroy us. All right. Now, verse 19, it says, but now are they returned to their God and are come up from the places where they were scattered and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. So look, when we return to the Lord and be obedient unto him, he restores us, man. He protects us from our enemies. All right. You understand that concept? Now, verse 20, it says, now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people or against this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up and we shall overcome them. See, look, man, these heathen knew that if they could make us sin against Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, then they could harm us. They could overtake us. You see, this is why they want to shut the mouths of the prophets. This is why they want to try to demonize the Hebrew Israelite awakening, because this is us returning back to our power, being brought back to obedience through Yahweh Shai. The elect are returning, man, and now they're finna attack. All right, which is the only option left. All right, now it says, but if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of us returning to the Lord, him defending us, and casting their punk ass down. All right, verse 22. And when Achior had finished these sayings, all these people standing round about the tent murmured, and the chief men of Holofernes, these are all heathen, by the way, and all that dwelt by the seaside and in Moab spake that he should kill him. So they were, upset at Achior for telling them the truth about us. Now, verse 23, it says, now check it out. Here's the point. For say they, we will not be afraid of the face of the children of Israel. For lo, it is a people that have no strength nor power for a strong battle. Now, therefore, Holofernes, we will go up, and they shall be a prey to be devoured of all thine enemy. Now, did not that bald-headed faggot just say that, man? He said, look, what do they have? They have nothing. We have the United States government behind us. That's what they're saying, man. They're putting all their money into their task forces, their police force, their military, to come after the children of Israel. They're saying, we're not afraid of them. They're nothing but thugs and gangbangers and degenerates. And, to an extent, they're right, man. Because those of you that don't have the covering of Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, you have no place of refuge. You see, because you're in disobedience unto your God. That's your weakness. All right. And Esau's going to exploit that to the fullest, man, in these days that are coming ahead of us. So you're going to see a lot of Israelites getting slaughtered by these devils. All right. Because of their rebellion and their refusal to turn back to Yahweh Bashmi Awashai. You see what I'm saying here? This is straight out the scriptures, man. That Edomite literally said that. We have the government behind us, the whole weight of the United States government behind us. What do they have? They have nothing. So we're going to win. They're going to lose. Did he not say that? You can't make this up, man. Got to bring this out real quick. I got to get ready to head out. This is Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. It says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. That's right. The Lord gave us the scriptures to understand our enemies and how they think, man. You see, we're supposed to read these scriptures and get understanding that's going to lead us to salvation, man. We understand who our protection is. It's Yahweh Bashmi Awashai. We have protection and strength in those names. Outside of that, you have nothing. Got to bring it out. Proverbs 18 and verse 10. It says, the name of the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Awashai is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. Safe from what? These damn devils. The coming perils and calamities. All right. The name of the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Awashai is a place of refuge, man. A strong tower. A place of safety from the storm that's coming, man. And that same bald-headed faggot, in the speech for Captain Kirk, he said literally that they are the storm. And when the storm comes, you're gonna have to run indoors, man. Right? When it's thunderstorming and it's tornadoes and whatever outside, you run indoors to a safe, strong place. That's Yahweh Bashmi Awashai for us Israelites. Okay? The elect will hear this and understand and repent. All right. Now I mentioned earlier about the elect, right? It's one thing that Esau, didn't really consider. All right. That the Lord is going to protect his elect when they try to run down on his men. Now, this is Isaiah 59 and verse 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun from east to west. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua shall lift up a standard against him. And that standard goes into that defense. A divine defense is going to be given unto the elect in that time. When Esau runs down in these cities and starts unaliving a lot of you Israelites and your children and your women and raping your wives, that's coming. It says that the women shall be ravished. All right, they finna come like brute beasts out here, man, like madmen sparing none. But when they try to touch the Lord's elect, that standard will be lifted. Spiritual power, divine intervention will be activated at that point in time, man. And this is only for those who have real faith in the scriptures, man. It's going to take real faith for that standard to be lifted. Those who truly put their trust in the Almighty, Yahweh Bashmi Awashai. You're going to see men raised up with spiritual power to combat the power of these devils, man. All right. Luke 10 and verse 19 comes to mind. And I'll get that real quick and I got to head out, man. All right. But guess what? This is all in the scriptures, man. We know what's going to happen before it happens. And I pray and hope, and that I'm one of those men that receive that spiritual power, man. All right. Because it's coming. And I'm going to close with this right here. The book of Luke, chapter 10 and verse 19. This is Lord Yahweh Shai speaking, who they ignorantly call Jesus. And he says, behold, that means look here, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions. And you've seen that flag, that yellow flag that Esau has, the Gadsden flag with the yellow flag with a snake on it. And it says, don't tread on me. That's no coincidence. The Lord gave us power to tread on you fucking devils when you come after the elect, man. All right. It says, and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. You understand that? So we're going to have a standard lifted for us when these enemies, when these devils come after the Lord's elect. All right. They ain't going to be able to just run through and kill the elect like that, man. This is the words of the Lord Yahweh Shai. So believe it, man, and prepare. Repent, turn back to that strong tower, Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, because, hey, we're in Jacob's trouble and the enemy is coming. I'm ending right there. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashmi Awashai. And Kwame Asharala and the Bible Ball. Shalom to the elect.